earlier this year. Let's bring in MSNBC senior legal reporter and former litigator Lisa Rubin. And Lisa, I've just been handed an important fact check. Earlier, I said he threw a ham sandwich. I've been corrected. It was a salami sandwich. We regret the error.
Lisa, do you consider him to have been an American hero?
Oh, no. That was my joke. You stole it. No, I don't want it. That was yours. So just, I mean, this case, because it's so preposterous in some ways, did gain a lot of national attention. But what lessons should we learn from it?
I think, first and foremost, there is such a thing as overcharging, right? We always talk about the fact, and here I'm about to make a Jad joke of my own, that a grand jury will indict a ham sandwich. But in this case, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of D.C. under Jeanine Pirro first tried to indict the guy for a felony, and they refused. They returned no true bill. Then they charged him with a misdemeanor, and now we have a jury willing to acquit him. And I think part of it here is that the crime with which he was charged necessitated that the jury find that the guy felt that he, the CBP officer here, the Border Patrol officer, would have felt that he was in danger of imminent bodily harm. And though he testified that he felt the sandwich explode against his bulletproof vest, the greatest thing that the defense lawyer, Sabrina Schroff, did here was point to a picture of the sandwich on the sidewalk, fully intact, at which point the officer had to clarify that, yeah, there was some onion on the antenna of his radio, and he could still smell the mustard on him, but the sandwich did not, in fact, explode. That's when, you know that you've gone awry.
Oh, man, you delivered that all so well,
Nicely done.
So when we want a bad pun, we go to Sam Stein. Sam,
I got a good one for you.
All right, do that. But I also want to throw to you this idea that, of course, the U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. is Jeanine Pirro, and this has been a number of occasions where she has tried to overcharge, and it hasn't worked.
Yeah, no, her office has not had a stellar record. But let's get back to the pun.
We're ready.
And this is going to be a serious question, but I tweeted out, if the hoagie doesn't hit, you must acquit. But the hoagie hit. And I guess I'm wondering, can you just now go around and throw, foot-long sandwiches at cops and get away with it? It seemed to me like this is not something you're allowed to do. I mean, the guy's like a hero in D.C., but I just don't know about the world where you can just start throwing Subway sandwiches at cops and run away and, get off scot-free. So, Lisa, how did he not? I guess I'm failing to compute this.
Subway crime. I think part of it is that, Sam, juries are given instructions, and those instructions typically include the elements of a crime. The element here, with respect to assault, required that they find that the officer who was hit by the sandwich thought that he was in reasonable danger of imminent bodily harm. And so you've got to ask yourself, did this guy think that he was in danger? And here again, Sabrina Schroff, the defense lawyer, did a masterful job of showing that the guy kept at his cubicle not only a plushy toy of a sandwich that his colleagues had given him, but had put a bumper sticker or a sticker of sorts on a lunch pail that said felony footlong. And her point was, does a person who thought that they were at reasonable risk of imminent danger then joke about it with half his office afterwards? Of course not. This is a person who never took this threat as seriously as the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia itself did.
Okay, felony footlong, that's the best one. If there's going to be a pun, that's the bumper sticker I want. Okay, switching legal gears here, Lisa, because there is more legal news I know that you're following this morning, very different in nature. A jury in Virginia has found a former assistant principal liable for the 2023 classroom shooting of a teacher by